And once again, welcome back to the Chief Justice Roy Moore of the Alabama Supreme Court, Donna Kirkland controversy. This is part 6. This is mostly about the central figure that's at fault here in this massive conspiracy was caused by Brenda Barnes, the bank CEO of the People's State Bank of Commerce in Grant, Alabama. And so I am here today to tell you all about this American tragedy now currently taking place, a very severe injustice that is occurring here in Alabama. I am now releasing this current information as a press media release of court proceedings that have just taken place, which is public information, yet it has not come to the media's attention because the powers that be are themselves directly involved in these criminal matters and do not want the media to ever find out, discover, learn, or know anything about these matters or have any part of this information yourselves for your own knowledge to use for your own defense or for your own protection, and certainly do not want the media to report any of this. This is information about a corrupt bank, their own CEO, Brenda Barnes, and the court itself caught in very extreme, detrimental, deceptive banking practices and banking fraud, securities fraud, and complete violation of law that is so convoluted by the bank on purpose to hide, conceal, suppress evidence of their real criminal, intentional, malicious deceit to defraud bank customers, of which one customer, Donna Kirkland in particular, I'm about to tell you about here, where I am a direct witness. All this information is very involved, entangled in ex parte fraudulent summary judgment on public court record against two completely innocent women. So please bear with me here for just a few minutes to explain the big picture. This is about a real evil bitch by the name of Brenda Barnes. She lives and works in the town of Grant, Alabama. She is a bank president, bank board member, and CEO of the bank corporation People's State Bank of Commerce, headquartered in Tennessee, licensed doing business in Alabama, and a former member of the Chamber of Commerce of the town of Grant, Alabama. Brenda Barnes wrongfully, unlawfully, unconstitutionally, viciously went after a longtime bank customer, Donna Kirkland of Grant, Alabama, in a created conspiracy joined with others to harass and run Donna off her own lawful property of prime location real estate along Cathedral Caverns Highway that Brenda Barnes desperately desired to own or take for personal profit to monetary financial gain by fabricating a series of several false felony charges going to a fraudulent forced foreclosure, causing very severe financial, physical, and psychological trauma damages to Donna Kirkland. Listed here are the original charges filed against Brenda Barnes she has committed, along with a few of her earlier joined conspirators that will be named here, and not yet mentioning the counts of her criminal activities in banking fraud, securities fraud, insurance fraud, mortgage fraud, bribery, extortion, and organized crime to racketeering under the RICO Act. Brenda Barnes, she is charged with counts: number 1, conspiracy; 2, breach of contract; 3, violation of constitutional rights, Title 42, United States Code 1983; number 4, conspiracy, Title 42, United States Code 1985; 5, fraud; 6, perjury; 7, abuse of process; 8, malicious prosecution; 9, fraud upon the court; 10, intentional misconduct; 11, grand larceny, theft; 12, conspiracy against rights, Title 18, United States Code, Statute 241; 13, deprivation of constitutional rights, Title 18, United States Code 242; 14, false instrument forgery; 15, false arrest; 16, false imprisonment; 17, defamation; 18, intentional infliction of emotional distress. She's also the CEO of People's State Bank of Commerce, which is charged also with number 1, conspiracy; number 2, false document forgery, plus we won't go into it all, but plus including all 18 counts above just stated attributed to the bank's very own CEO, Brenda Barnes, under the doctrine of respondent superior, and all charged with bank fraud, securities fraud, insurance fraud, mortgage fraud, bribery, extortion to organized crime, and racketeering under the RICO Act. Also, her conspirator early on was Christopher Duval, and also his wife Lorraine Duval. Melvin Yates of Huntsville, Alabama, is Lorraine Duval's father and is also involved in conspiracy. Lorraine and Christopher Duval are both charged with number 1, private nuisance, 2, assault and battery, 3, trespass, 4, conspiracy, 5, civil stalking, 6, strict liability and tort, 7, negligence with malice, 8, grand larceny theft, 9, violation of constitutional rights, Title 42 U.S.C. 1983, 10, deprivation of constitutional rights, Title 18 U.S.C. Statute 242, 11, conspiracy, Title 42 U.S.C. 1985, 12, conspiracy of rights, Title 18 U.S.C. 241 is the statute, 13, perjury, 14, malicious prosecution, 15, abuse of process, 16, fraud upon the court, 17, intentional misconduct, 18, interference with existing contract, 19, bill to quiet title, 20, ejectment, 21, false instrument forgery, 22, false arrest, 23, false imprisonment, 24, defamation, 25, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Further conspirator early on with Brenda Barnes was Chuck Van Eaton that she used, who is a former police officer of the Grant Police in town of Grant, Alabama. He is charged with 1, conspiracy, 2, trespass, 3, private nuisance, 4, interference with existing contract, 5, perjury, 6, assault, 7, grand larceny theft, 8, receiving stolen property, 9, abuse of process, 10, malicious prosecution, 11, fraud upon the court, 12, intentional misconduct, 13, violation of constitutional rights, Title 42 U.S.C. 1983, 14, deprivation of rights, Title 18 U.S.C. 242, 15, conspiracy, Title 42 U.S.C. 1985, 16, conspiracy of rights, Title 18 U.S.C. 241, 17, false instrument forgery, 18, bill to quiet title, 19, ejectment, 20, false arrest, 21, false imprisonment, 22, defamation, 23, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I am requesting either a state grand jury or federal grand jury to publicly come forward and meet with me above board in plain full view, public view, in the public eye to hear and see presented evidence and witness testimony. If no grand jury will come forward, then I request the people of Alabama to come forward with a plan and form a new special investigative grand jury to look into these matters. I am requesting that the people, the citizens of Alabama, simply help by responding by calling in or contacting this website or at DonnaKirklandLawsuit.com. But don't stop there. Continue contacting your state, federal representatives to Governor Bentley, your pastors and church congregations. Contact and notify the TV and radio stations in your local area to bring these crimes to an immediate stop with full, open, above-board investigation and prosecution. You may also contact Donna Kirkland by writing her at Post Office Box 273, Grant, Alabama 35747. We also request that all similar situated people who have been affected wrongfully by Brenda Barnes of People's State Bank of Commerce, please notify your congressmen, representatives, senators at both the state of Alabama and federal levels. Please come forward also to be included and represented in a class action lawsuit against these criminals committing massive deceptive practices to crimes in banking fraud. You may respond by mail to Donna Kirkland, again at P.O. Box 273, Grant, Alabama 35747. To learn more about banking fraud, mortgage fraud, and the Donna Kirkland case, go to www.donnakirklandlawsuit.com or view our other videos out there on the net, and stay tuned for what happens next. Once again, thank you for listening.